I don't think I have anything else to ask her.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She smiles, but there is only sadness in it. She closes her eyes and with an ethereal whisper she fades. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out on me there. No, I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was? A spirit? That spectre I was talking to, the woman. You were rattling your bone box with some woman? Where? Morte looks around excited. What did she look like? She was right on top of the pier. Didn't you see her? No, you just kind of drifted out for a bit there. Just stood there, statue-like. I was a little worried that you'd gone adult on me again. No, I'm fine, I think. Let's move on.
I feel stronger.
Oh, you leveled up? I don't know what you leveled, but fine.
I'm gone.
Okay, let's explore this place for a while longer. And then what else should we do? I'm curious about the containers upstairs. The ones that you can pry with the pry bar. Oh? Yeah, I will not. These are heavy tapestries made of some shiny fabric. The symbol of a screaming skull with sharp blades protruding from its sides, woven on the tapestries. I will not be talking to these guys. I can get in there. That guy is coming for me, is it? Nope. Okay. I can't get in here though? Oh yes, now I can. Why couldn't I before?
I'm gone.
Alright, I sent Morte ahead. He explored a little bit for me. Now I've entered here and I'm going to examine this guy. I don't really want to kill the Dustman. You see a male corpse with the number 331 chiseled into his skull. His eyes and lips are stitched closed and there is a gaping hole torn in his throat. He smells foul.
All right.
This is a heavy barred gate of rusted steel. There doesn't appear to be any way of opening it. Heavy metal pipes run from the floor into the wall. What about you? This reanimated male corpse has the number 1041 carved into its forehead. Despite its taut, desiccated flesh, it is apparent that its features once had a rather exotic cast to them. The zombie's lips have been stitched closed, most likely to prevent it from moaning incessantly, and it smells strongly of formaldehyde. Okay, the usual, basically. And what about the lady here? Another rusty blood-covered slab. Yeah, there's also this. We need to... This woman's corpse poses in its trudging about as you approach. You notice the number 114 is carved into her forehead. Her mouth has been sewn shut, but the threading is slowly coming loose and faint moans issues from between her lips.
Do you want to get buried together?
Seriously. Yeah, I don't really want to snap Dustman's neck yet. I don't know anything about their faction, really. Maybe they are right in wanting me dead. I see that my character will be probably another neutral one.
Yeah.
All right.
I will try. Whatever happens, happens. I'm experimenting here. Before you is a giant skeleton in ornate bronze armor. The armor has been bolted onto the skeleton's frame, and a series of elaborate symbols have been carved across the breastplate. You wonder where the skeleton came from. You weren't aware they made humans in this size. The huge blade in his hands looks like it weighs as much as a wagon cart. Examine him. The skeleton's intricate bronze armor is riveted onto its rib cage and shoulder blades with a series of iron bolts. As you study the frame behind the armor, you notice the same iron bolts are set into the skeleton's shoulder, elbow, pelvic, and knee joints. A mass of thick leather cords and heavy knotted ropes run along the length of the skeleton's arms and legs, woven in such a pattern that they resemble muscle and tendons. The armor? Despite the armor's obvious age, it looks well cared for. It shines brightly, and the symbols engraved on the breastplate seem to flow in the firelight, shifting slightly whenever you try to focus on them. Almost unconsciously, you let your gaze relax as you look at the symbols. After a moment, the symbols cease shifting and resolve into a trail of runes that run up and down the breastplate. Strangely enough, the interlocking pattern of rune reminds you of chains, and with that thought, you suddenly recall that these runes are some sort of warding enchantment. Let's try and recall the enchantment. You study the runes for a while, but you can't decipher the enchantment. It looks pretty complicated and you're having a hard time concentrating. Compare the runes to the one in the book. You consult the tome and compare the diagrams to the markings on the breastplate. From what you can make out, the runes are a lesser armoring enchantment, but several skull-shaped runes and spherical tracings along the edge of the armor suggest that several greater necromantic and warding enchantments are woven in as well. Touching the skeleton will most likely cause it to awaken and defend itself. Let's consult the tome again for them to be broken. From what you can make out from the tome, it seems the armoring enchantment applies only to the breastplate. The necromantic enchantment allows the skeleton to be raised, but it is the warding enchantment that gives the skeleton its limited awareness of its surroundings. You'd guess that if you were to mar the skeleton's wards, it would interpret it as an attack, unless you blinded it to your presence first. Oh God. Choices. I'm gonna think about this for a while. The warding enchantment that gives the skeleton its limited awareness of its surroundings. You'd guess that if you were to mar the skeleton wards, it would interpret it as an attack unless you blinded it to your presence. Mar the runes maintaining the warding enchantment first, then work backward through the rune pattern, cancelling the necromantic, then the armoring enchantments. Well, let's go with option 2, I think. I try. The work is difficult and nerve-wracking at first, but slowly your mind begins to focus and the runes begin to unravel beneath your attack. Within minutes, the giant skeleton has been stripped of the enchantments binding it. It collapses, falling to the floor with a crash of bones and heavy clanging noise. Damned pile of bones. You wait for a moment, but no one responds to the sound. Moving quickly, you sift through the skeleton's parts on the floor. Most of it is too heavy or too old to be useful, but you discover a piece of the skeleton's breastplate with the majority of one of the broken enchantments engraved on it. You have a feeling that it could prove useful.
Ooh, looks like my skills have increased.
Your skills? Let's see if Morte likes this skeleton, if he's giving me some input. Hey, how about this skeleton, Morte? Will it do as a body? Morte grins. Is that a yes or no? Oh, sorry. Morte floats up to the head of the skeleton, stares at it, then floats back down, studying the armor and the blade as it descends. Oh yes, yes, I think this will do. I think we better just leave it alone. Then what in Bator did you ask me if I wanted it for then? Practicing your cruelty skills? Morte bobs indignantly. And after all I've done for you? I need if we could pry the head off, but he will be alert because he has a warding on. Right? Because if I could only pick up the pieces... Okay. I'm going to try. Maybe picking up all the pieces and bind them together with all the junk we have found would have made more sense. But maybe we are not that skilled, so... Okay, I'm gonna save, I'm gonna try doing whatever Morte asks me. Let's see if I can dispel the enchantments woven into the skeleton breastplate. Yeah, but he will collapse again. Oh well. Well, we have two breastplates. And now I will try to... I suppose he will attack us. And I will lose my cover. But I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm trying. As you're about to do so, you suddenly stop and your eyes are drawn to the skeleton's armor. Oh yeah. Something about the symbols engraved on its breastplate makes you pause. If these skeletons are guardians, then disturbing them may awaken them. Alright, we're still around here. So as soon as I loaded the game, I was told that both my character had leveled. They were like, oh, I am leveling, I have leveled.
What's the hold up?
So, I don't know, how do I level them up? Can I even level them? Maybe this is the right I don't see anything I can touch. These are his stats. Oh, we have some reform party. Level up. Okay, it's right here. Morte. So he is leveling up automatically. Look at this. Good hit points. So I have leveled him. What about our... Oh, his portrait looks different as well. Yeah, cool. Because he's... So that means neutral? Chaotic good. Okay. I am technically a fighter as well. Okay then. There's a bit of biography. I feel like I've woken up inside someone's dream. I don't know who I am. I don't know how I got here, and I don't know how to get out. In some vaulted monstrosity called the mortuary. Well, it's not that unpleasant a place. I mean, there are dead people all around, but I don't think the architecture is somehow ugly or something. Lost my memory, my possessions. I really seem to know that I can get stabbed, beaten, burned, and I get better. This regeneration of mine hasn't done much for my looks, but no one seems to notice. Okay, didn't know that. Okay. Oh yeah, fantastic. I like this better. I like the ability of, the leveling up where you increase whatever you want going forward into the game. For example, I didn't really like the leveling in Baldur's Gate because it was too static for me. I understand how it worked, and it worked just fine, but I'd rather, if I want to suddenly start increasing my strength, I can. It leaves me more open to other choices. I will accept this. I'm sticking to these 3 attributes and probably increase dexterity at some point if I go for thief. Well then, we have leveled.
Okay.
So, okay. You sound like me. Okay. I'm always saying okay. I wish I didn't say it that much, but... So, I've decided that I will blow my cover. And I specifically want to do it going up to the last floor, the 3rd floor or the 2nd floor, I don't know, and using the pry bar first on a skeleton and then on some lockers and see what I can find inside. But first, because there are so many dusters around here, I would like to try this door and see where it leads. Okay, never mind. Let's go to the 3rd floor. Here we are, blowing our cover. I will try with the skeleton first and see if I can do something. So I need to go in my inventory and equip the pry bar. Oops, oh yeah. Wow, it looks like this. Okay. Let's try and pry out the skeleton's joint bolts. So, using your pry bar, you rip the bolts from the skeleton's joints. The skeleton collapses, some of its bones still twitching. Sorry about that bone. Oh. So, we are unable to save that corpse too. Oh.
Huh?
Well, at
Okay.
least I know what happens now.
Done.
We should exchange some inventory with Morte. This. Maybe I could give you all of this. Some of this. Wow. I mean, the fact that Morte has an inventory is pretty ridiculous, because where does she put this stuff? Where does he? We have gathered this though, and the leather straps. Ah, this is a leather strap used to bind the skeleton's workers' bones together. Although the strap is frayed, it looks pretty strong. Crude iron spike covered with rust. If necessary, you could use it as a dagger. Not that I would want to. We have 2 armors. We still have the mortuary key. Okay then. Can I open it?
Forced it.
More clothes. Cloth. Not clothes, cloth. Okay. Yeah, well, it would have been nice if Morte would have actually used this corpse temporarily, maybe. But well, we tried, and this is what happened. Okay, this container is locked, so let's do that.
Forced it.
Ah, the bone charm. Corpse fly charm? Okay. So we have this bone charm. This old finger bone charm has been hollowed out and tiny symbols have been scratched on its surface. A user must snap it in two to activate it. When snapped, the bone charm temporarily strengthens the user's skeleton and acts as a ward against breaks and fractures. The charm gives the user an overall bonus to their armor class and additional resistance against crushing attacks. I should probably equip myself as well. Too bad I don't have more embalming liquid. What is the fly? Invokes a swarm course. This corpse fly looked like it was frozen. It appears to be dead, but you can't be sure. The magic contained within the charm is activated when the insect is consumed. When swallowed, the recipient suddenly becomes extremely nauseous. A few seconds later, the charmed individual expels a stream of insects from their nose and mouth. Provided the charmed individual can keep their wits about them after the casting, the caster can send this cloud to attack a target. Fantastic! Fantastic way to describe how this works. So, can I... Let's see. Tattoo, right ring, hand tattoo. Worst? Left ring, chest. Let's try and put this on us. Oh, I cannot use it. Okay. Okay. I can use whatever I want. Yeah, I suppose that's it. Okay. So we're stuck here now. One other thing that we could do would be walking into this. Because we have something that could make us resistant to that, but I feel like I have to procure a body for Morte. No, I don't. I didn't mean that. I was hoping to find some more embalming liquid around here. But oh well. So the guy, the anarchist, told me that no. This is getting ridiculous. Let's go away quickly. Oh, we managed. He told us that
I'm gone.
the portal that we're trying to find is in the third floor, right? I need to check my journal. But I'm not really sure. These barrels contain a murky liquid. It smells like a cross between vinegar and formaldehyde. Alright then. By the way, can I ask some more things to Dole? Will he have new informations for us? So you have returned. Dal takes a rasping breath, then breaks into a violent coughing spell. After a moment he subsides and returns to his raspy breathing. Greetings again. Should I tell him about the anarchist? Did you know? Are you certain? Nah, I think I've imagined it. Very well, what did you wish to know? Nah, I don't wish to tell him about the anarchist. So he doesn't have... Yeah, I think I have already... I'm also simultaneously trying to see if any of these corpses is the one that I would need eventually, the one that I hid something in. Is this... Could I open this with the pry bar? I don't think so, because it's not activated, right? Yeah. We have also special abilities. Raise dead. Okay. I'm okay. Game, you can drop that down. He's still there. Really, not even another little... Okay then. We are ready to go back downstairs and try and procure a body for Morte. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but we need to try. So this is the first floor, then we have the second and the third. Alright.
Done.
Ready? I haven't tried to pry the skeleton's blade from its hands, but I believe he will react. Let's try. Skeleton armor again. We go back to that. Morte. I'll try. Let's take this risk. As you touch the skeleton, an iron bell starts tolling throughout the mortuary, and with lightning speed the skeleton awakens, raising its blade to attack. Ah, you can do it. Can we both attack him? I don't know if I'm gonna reload this.
What?
We could also be dying right now.
How many
Yes.
times must this fool die?
Really?
Welcome back, Chief.
But we just... This is what happens when you die. You just get spawned there. So I still have everything in my... Oh well, so... Oh, okay, this is kind of convenient. What could we do? Can you combine things in your inventory? No. Why am I thinking that I am in a freaking point and click adventure? Alright, you know what? It's convenient that we're here because I was taking some time to reread my journal to see if I missed anything. And I might be searching for a zombie with the number 42. Because that was the zombie worker, I suppose, from my dream.
Death experiences?
Morte.
Your coffin or mine?
I don't remember. Oh? I was going to circular dialogue down there, 42. Because it was also mentioned that Dole said something about that corpse, about the... whatever... that something was wrong with him and the corpse and the... I don't remember where I saw him though. Ah, we found him. The skeleton turns to face you. 42 has been chiseled into his forehead, and a number of its bones, mostly the jaws and the joints, have been bound with leather straps. Okay. I think this is the corpse I had that memory about. At the sound of your voice, the skeleton suddenly straightens up. It crosses its arms over its chest and its fingers hook into its rib cage. I cross my arms as well. In response, the skeleton drops its arms to its sides. The leather cords securing the skeleton's torso snap and the rib cage folds outward like a pair of double doors. What an imagery. Let's reach into the rib cage. To your surprise, your hand vanishes as you reach inside the rib cage. You have a strange feeling it's somewhere else. As you reach inside the rib cage, your hand bumps against an invisible object. It's about the size of a fist and seems to be attached to the skeleton's spine. Take it out. As you pull the item out, the skeleton suddenly disintegrates, and the iron bolts securing its joints clatter to the floor. Whatever this item was, it seems to have been the only thing holding it together. It looks like an unremarkable lump of iron. You can't imagine why someone would hide it inside the ribcage of a skeleton. Let's examine it. As you place both your hands on the lump of iron to examine it, there is a hiss, and the metal evaporates, leaving behind a strange dagger and a handful of coins wrapped in a dirty cloth, and 2 bloody teardrops. These look like they were inside the lump of iron. Oh, we have another club. We don't need that. So we found number 42. He gave us more of these. And another rug. And some money. Well then, this did not really solve my problems. So I did find this as well. So we have some of the characters here. Dole is non-human apparently. What is he then? Looks like an elf. something like an elf. Then we have other characters here that are not the PC and this party, basically. It was an interesting read. I didn't read it aloud because I don't think that's necessary.